rants about how Kobe Bryant is not this and not that. You didn't have that energy when he was here. Where was that energy when he was alive? And stop bringing this man who passed to extend your narrative.
Yeah.
Why would Kobe be in the conversation for you to kill him off so LeBron can live higher than him? Sense. Let the man rest. Let's keep him wherever everyone has him. If you got him one, you got him two, you got him three. We don't need nobody trying to push him down, push him away so somebody else can be elevated.
Welcome back to NBA Cinema, man. So we got to talk about some of the things that's been going on with Jeff Teague and his podcast and some of his stances he's had on Kobe Bryant. I wanted to start with what Rashad McCants said because a lot of that is coming to fruition nowadays. We're seeing Kobe being somewhat underrated, which is wild because when Kobe was here, he was the standard. You still hear players talk about having the Mamba mentality. Even though I don't think most players that say that know what it means, I think a lot of them what they mean by it is jacking up a lot of shots late in the game, but it's about being a stone cold closer on both ends of the floor. And some of the things that Jeff Teague has said recently is really starting to make people upset, about how Kobe is being portrayed and how his legacy is being looked at. Because I know once upon a time they said that they need basketball people talking basketball. With Jeff Teague played in the NBA, I believe made an all-star team or two. Really good player at Wake Forest. I watched Jeff Teague for a long time, just being in ACC country. So I know what type of player he is, but, we're going to listen to his comments about Kobe. One that came just over a year ago, and then something recent he said on this podcast. Let's check it out.
What was it about Kobe's game that you didn't like watching?
It was like rough. Like it wasn't smooth to me. When I watch Paul George, I'm not comparing him to Kobe at all. When I'm watching it smooth, it's like 1-2 to my pull up. AD, jab, one step, it was smooth. Kobe's was like, jab, get there, pump fake, get him off the ground, foul, shot, and one. It was effective. It was a dog. I just didn't like watching. Like, it didn't look as graceful to me. That's all I was saying.
He wanted you to come to the Lakers. You didn't want to mess with the purple.
I didn't want that pressure. Oh, he was like, yo, they called me. It was like, yo, the Lakers gonna trade for you, blah, blah. I don't want to go to LA. I looked at the taxes and all that. I was like, nope, don't want to go there.
Taxes.
Nah, I don't want to go there.
That bad, though,
I ain't have enough money for a crib. I wanted out there.
Yeah,
I said, nah, that ain't it. Played him. He had Jeremy Lin in the middle of the game. He like, you left me out here with this shit?
Damn.
And I looked at him. I was like, what? You left me out here with this shit? I told him to go get you. You was scared? I was just looking at him like, I ain't know he knew my name. I'm like, oh shit. I went to the bench telling Rattlesnake Tate, Dante Jones, we call him Rattlesnake Tate. He was a fake Mamba. So he was like, he worked right there. I was like, Kobe fuck with me. He was like, Kobe don't fuck with me. I was like, nah, he just said this to me.
I'm like, yo,
you made me pay attention to JoJo.
Like, he is really good, bro. Like, kill Kobe. He had 20 in the first quarter. They had to switch from Metal World Peace on him. I'm like, damn, I'm on the bench talking shit. Like, he fucking T, get Joe. Joe, look at me. Who you getting? You? I said, man, what the fuck we doing? I said, nigga, they told me to get you, nigga.
Get somebody else.
Yeah, he like, what we doing? Looked at Wood, said, what we doing? I was like, damn. I ain't never been disappointed coming to the game. Fuck.
I'm killing Kobe right
What
now.
we doing is crazy.
Yeah, I swear to God, bro. I kept subbed in. I was like, I got you. He was like, what we doing, Wood?
Get somebody else.
I was like, and it's funny because he know you didn't make that call, but he's so mad at you.
Get somebody.
Like, he looked at me like, I said, yeah, I need it. Like, we in a pickup game, like, I got you. Like, nigga, I didn't ask to come in, nigga. I don't even want to play.
Top tier, man.
I didn't even want to play.
Now, if I'm killing Kobe, leave me alone.
Yeah, and I killed that game.
Leave me alone. I'm killing Kobe. Get somebody else.
We start getting blown out. I was killing.
So that comment by itself wouldn't be bad, but if you accompany that with what Jeff Teague said on his podcast, where he said Kobe made 9 all defensive first teams because of his reputation, not his actual defense. I think that's where people, start to question, why are you saying this the way that you are? And we know those things can be skewed at times, because I thought LeBron should have won it the year that Marc Gasol won it. I thought that was LeBron's year to win, Defensive Player of the Year. So the awards have whatever agenda behind it that they have, but why are we trying to diminish what Kobe has done defensively? making the all defensive team 12 times, and 9 of those times he was on the first team. And it seems like these things about Kobe is coming back to back to back. Where T Mac is saying he could have won a title with Shaq, you know. Then you got other people like Dwayne Wade saying that Paul Gasol should have won Finals MVP. And then you hear, and I think that was the year, might have been the year against the Celtics, where Kobe played bad in Game 7. He shot horribly that game, but he still got that Finals MVP. And at this point, I mean, you could talk about the game, right? And I have no problem with you saying certain things. It's just I wish some of these conversations would have took place while he was still here. Because if you felt like that, you felt like that at the time. Because we know you're not going back and just sitting down watching those games. Y'all too busy now. You felt like that at that time, just didn't think it would be popular, or knew Kobe would have a rebuttal for what you said, and didn't want to go against his fan base in real time. And so that's kind of how I look at that. T Mac, when what T Mac said, I kind of feel like he just resents his injuries and some of the way that his career went, losing that 3-1 lead and stuff. I think T Mac is just a guy who's speaking from an unfulfilled potential standpoint. But I think, him and Kobe, they've always been very close. So I don't think he was trying to slight Kobe. Jeff Teague, I got another video on him that's coming soon, because he switched his GOAT pick just a month apart. And we're gonna talk about that. And I think my whole point in this though is, I know once upon a time they were talking about people coming on YouTube, the podcast, and people in the media space not knowing the game of basketball. And just because you played at the highest level, that gives you the highest credentials to speak about the game. But sometimes you can just play, but you can't coach. You can't you don't know anything about personnel. You just know how to get out there and play. And I think sometimes some of the takes we hear from guys, they just know how to play the game. They aren't very astute basketball savants like they claim they are. And so we have to speak up about these things. Rashad McCants, I'm glad he is taking up for Kobe, because I do feel like they try to diminish his legacy, and they burying it far and far down. You wouldn't even think him and LeBron James was ever on the same level at any point in their career, to hear them tell it. But I remember very vividly, and I'm gonna leave with this. Um, LeBron in that All-Star game, Kobe wanted to show who was who on the biggest stage. See, we got all this non-competing stuff when Kobe was out of the All-Star game, when he was no longer here, but he made LeBron have to try to compete, by trying to embarrass him in front of everybody. And I really like that, because you should get those moments in All-Star games at times. And so we can't diminish this man's legacy and what he's done. If you don't have him ranked top 5, that's fine. But I seen somewhere somebody, I think, had him 44 on the list of all time players. Now that's just ridiculous. When you think about all the players that's come through the history of this game, you can't have Kobe outside your top 15, no way, shape, form, or fashion, man. And probably, most likely in your top 10 for sure. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.